Call to order the regular meeting of the Batavia City Council for Monday, May 16th, 2016. I'd ask you to all please rise for a brief invocation and be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Tonight, as the City Council meets in our regular session, we are ever mindful of the many blessings and gifts that we have been showered upon our community. We are ever thankful for the quality of our community and the many good things that continue to happen here due to the efforts of countless numbers of citizens who are constantly doing good deeds and kind deeds in support of their fellow neighbors and community members. Tonight we are mindful that we have several members within the city family whose families have suffered or they are suffering from serious medical situations, and we just ask that a special blessing be showered upon each and every one of them, along with all others from our community who are failing or are dealing with health-related issues. Tonight, as always, we want to remember those from our community who are serving on foreign soil in defense of the liberties of the United States of America, and we just ask that those men and women and all those from our country serving with them are blessed with a special blessing as they go about their vital mission in defending the liberties of our country. We ask tonight for direction and guidance as we act on the various issues of business before us, knowing that each member of the City Council is here in their own heart and mind to do what is in the very best interest of our community. We ask for all these blessings. Amen.
Amen.
Alderman Bodeman, would you lead us the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ask the City Clerk to please call the roll.
Brown?
Here.
Rusado?
Here.
Atack?
Here.
Stark?
Here.
Jansit?
Here.
Wolf?
Here.
Fisher?
Here.
O'Brien?
Here.
Callahan?
Here.
Holman?
Here.
Mueller?
Here.
Boderman?
Here.
Surround?
Here.
McFadden?
Here. Let the record reflect that all 14 elected members of the City Council are present and accounted for, so we have the necessary quorum to conduct business. Moving to item number 4, items to be removed, added, or changed on the agenda. Alderman Atack, do you have anything this evening?
There are none.
Nope. Anybody else? Okay, moving then to item number 5, which is presentation of tonight's consent agenda. Alderman Atack, as Chairman of Governmental Services, would you present this, please?
Yes. The consent agenda reads as follows. Accept and place on file Committee of the Whole minutes for April 12th, 2016. Historic Preservation minutes for April 11th, 2016. Plan Commission minutes and or Zoning Board of Appeals for April 6th and April 20th, 2016. April 2016 Building Report. January, February, and March 2016 Financial Reports. Approvals. May 6, 2016 payroll in the amount of $762,016.30. Accounts payable check register in the amount of $728,478.62. City Council minutes for April 4th and 18th, 2016. Ordinance 16-26 declaring certain transformers, switch gears, and capacitors to be surplus and authorizing the sale, disposal thereof. Resolution 16-46-R, approval ISO risk management policy. Ordinance 16-29, annexing sections of Main Street right-of-way. Resolution 16-49-R, authorizing execution of a contract with SKC Construction, Inc. of West Dundee, Illinois for the 2016 crack filling program in the amount of $122,380. Ordinance 16-30, an ordinance rescinding Ordinance 15-50 and thereby voiding a tax increment financing redevelopment agreement concerning the property at 27 North River Street, Batavia, Illinois. Ordinance 16-23, a comprehensive plan land use map amendment for 21 North Water Street, Batavia United Methodist Church. Ordinance 16-24, amending the official zoning map for the Batavia United Methodist Church. Ordinance 16-25, variances for the Batavia United Methodist Church. Ordinance 16-32, variance for 514 Main Street, second story addition. Resolution 16-33-R, authorizing execution of the contract for the 2016 street resurfacing program with Geneva Construction Company in the amount of $1,500,636.90. Resolution 16-47-R, authorizing execution of the master services agreement with Engineering Resource Associates. And Resolution 16-50R, authorizing execution of task order number 1 for the Fox River stabilization with Engineering Research Associates for an amount not to exceed $37,740. I move that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Atek, second by Alderman McFadden for the approval of the consent agenda as presented. Any discussion? Not, the clerk please call the roll.
Atak?
Aye.
Stark?
Aye.
Tanzit?
Aye.
Wolf?
Aye.
Fisher?
Aye.
O'Brien?
Aye.
Callahan?
Aye.
Homan?
Aye.
Mueller?
Aye.
Boderman?
Aye.
Saron?
Aye.
McFadden?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Rosado?
Aye.
The consent agenda is approved unanimously by a vote of 14 yes, no no's, none absent. Okay, I guess we can go to the published public hearing, which is scheduled for 7:35 for the annexation agreement between TMS Holdings and at 2S 668 Redant Road. So I'll convene that public hearing. Scott, do you have anything to say?
This is just the public hearing for the annexation agreement for the property at 2S668 Redant Road. It includes all the terms and limitations regarding that agreement, which include certain fee waivers as well as some deferment of certain public improvements on that property. That's all.
Okay, this is a public hearing. Does anybody in the public wish to address the city's proposed annexation agreement for 2S668 Redant Road in Batavia, Illinois? Let the record reflect that nobody responded they did. Does anybody in the city council have any questions or comments relative to it? I'd entertain a motion then to adjourn the public hearing.
Your Honor, I make a motion that we adjourn the public hearing.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Brown, second by Alderman Stark to adjourn the public hearing on the annexation agreement for 2S668 Redant Road. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Brown?
Aye.
Rosado?
Aye.
Atak?
Aye.
Stark?
Aye.
Tanzit?
Aye.
Wolf?
Aye.
Fisher?
Aye.
O'Brien?
Aye.
Callahan?
Aye.
Homan?
Aye.
Mueller?
Aye.
Boderman?
Aye.
Saron?
Aye.
McFadden?
Aye.
Let the public hearing be adjourned. Vote of 14 yes, no no's, none absent. Okay, moving then to item number 7, which are matters from the public for items not on the agenda. Do we have anybody in this audience who wants to address us on matters for not on the agenda? All right, moving then to item number 8, which is a proclamation for National Public Works Week, May 15th to 21st, 2016. Alderman Atek, do you have this?
I do. Proclamation, whereas public works services provided in our community are an integral part of our citizens' everyday lives, and whereas the support of an understanding and informed citizenry is vital to the efficient operation of public works systems and programs such as streets, water, wastewater, and electric, and whereas the health, safety, and comfort of this community greatly depends on these facilities and services, and whereas the quality and effectiveness of these facilities, as well as their planning, design, and construction, is vitally dependent upon the efforts and skill of public works officials, and whereas the efficiency of the qualified and dedicated personnel who staff public works departments is materially influenced by the people's attitude and understanding of the importance of the work they perform. Now, therefore, I, Jeffrey D. Schelke, Mayor of the City of Batavia, Illinois, do hereby proclaim the week of May 15th through the 21st, 2016, as National Public Works Week. In the City of Batavia and I call upon citizens and civic organizations to acquaint themselves with the issues involved in providing our public works and to recognize the contributions which public works officials make every day to our health, safety, comfort, and quality of life on this 16th day of May 2016, signed Jeffrey D. Schelke, Mayor. I move that we accept the proclamation as presented.
Second?
Moved by Alderman Atek, second by Alderman McFadden for the approval of the proclamation as presented. Clerk, call the roll.
Atak?
Aye.
Stark?
Aye.
Chanzit?
Aye.
Wolf?
Aye.
Fisher?
Aye.
O'Brien?
Aye.
Callahan?
Aye.
Homan?
Aye.
Mueller?
Aye.
Boderman?
Aye.
Saron?
Aye.
McFadden?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Rusado?
Aye.
Proclamation is approved, 14 yes, no nos, none absent. We have our most able Public Works Director, Gary Holm, in the audience. And Gary, if you'd come forward, I'll present this to you, and maybe you'd like to make some comments to the council about it.
I would like to extend thank you to all the men and women of Public Works for their hard work and dedication. But this year especially, I want to make note of a individual. Mr. John Dillon's going to be retiring after almost 37 years of service with the city. He is our water and sewer superintendent, and throughout his career, he has worked very hard to make sure everyone has had safe and abundant drinking water, as well as ensuring that any sewer is well taken care of. So I did want to acknowledge John. And I always have my annual plug, Thursday morning at 10 o'clock. For those of you and members of the public who may have a preschooler who is interested in trucks, we're going to be doing truck tales down at the library. It's always a good time. 3 or 4 books. They'll be coloring books, and then we all get to go out and hop in one of our snowplow trucks. So 10 o'clock on Thursday morning.
Thank you, and thank you and the entire department for the excellent job you guys do to keep all of our water and lights and sewer and streets and sidewalks and everything going and clear and maintained. So excellent job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving then to item number 9, which is the Main Street Minute. Kathy's here from Main Street.
Good evening. I have to adjust it after Gary. Down a little bit. Although we've had some ups and downs in weather this month, we're ready for an amazing season in downtown Batavia. And so are our committees, volunteers, and businesses. Last month, 93 Main Street volunteers donated 141 hours for planning, meetings, programs, and events. We're also excited to introduce tonight to the board, to the council, our summer intern, Mr. Luke Freiberger. Luke is a student at St. Joe's, set to graduate in December, and will be joining us to the end of July. He is assisting in all different aspects of the busy season downtown. We are truly excited to interact with even more downtown businesses on a regular basis with Luke's help. As you can see, he's busy already tonight handing out announcements of the Batavia Main Street Annual Meeting, which will be held on Wednesday, June 8th, 5 p.m. at Pal Joey's. All are welcome to attend as we hear from the Board of Directors about Main Street's current activities and upcoming goals and programs. Appetizers and refreshments will be served. Also in the envelope, so make sure you open the envelope, Luke passed around, is a ticket to our annual fundraiser, Cocktails in the Park. We'd like you all to consider joining us as our guest. Save the date for this entertaining evening in the park on July 16th at 7 p.m. More tickets are available for purchase through our website at downtownbatavia.com or by calling or coming into the Main Street office. They're $25 each. That includes live music, food from 7 downtown Batavia restaurants, and an enchanting evening on the Fox River. Also new this year, we will be selling $50 raffle tickets that include your entry to the event and a 1 in 200 chance to win $2,500. Those tickets are available through me, Luke, Jamie, or the Main Street office. Opening day for the 21st year of the Batavia Farmers Market will be on June 4th. That's just 2 weeks away. The market has enjoyed vigorous growth since its move over to River Street several years ago. In fact, I'd say this is probably our most popular programming. Join us on Saturday mornings between 8 and 12 p.m. for a wide variety of fruits, vegetables, breads, bakery items, farm fresh eggs, chicken, beef, goat meat, just to name a few. All of your favorite vendors will be returning to the market, in addition to new vendors such as Sitka Salmon, Garlic Breath, Windmill City Ginger Brew, and Guido's Spice of Life. But our market is more than just a fantastic place to come and buy locally grown food items. It's truly become a place where our community comes together. Come down for a free yoga class, bring the kids to the United Way in Kiwanis tent to enjoy a different activity each week, stroll the street, listen to the delightful music offered by the Instrument Exchange, watch cooking demonstrations from Gaetano, all while enjoying a cup of coffee from Fresh Ground or tea from the Tea Tree. And perhaps the thing we are most excited about this season is the acceptance of SNAP and food stamp benefits. We've received a generous grant from the USDA that's helping us cover the cost of administering this program so that all members of our community will be able to enjoy the healthy items available at the market. Coming up this week in downtown, super excited about this. Maybe some of you guys can join us. But tomorrow morning, WCIU's morning show, You and Me, is coming to Batavia for a live location shoot at 3 different Batavia hotspots. Come to Limestone, coffee and tea at 6 a.m. Then we will head to K. Hollis Jeweler at 7, and then we'll wrap up at Beardsguard Barbers at 8 a.m. All are welcome to come show truly how special community Batavia is. If you could not join us, make sure to wake up and watch the show. The news team was in Batavia last week. You may have seen us around. We were a whole bunch of different areas and filming the Riverwalk, filming River Street, filming Water Street Studios, the Depot Museum. It's going to be really fun. So we're looking forward to seeing that tomorrow. Batavia Main Street, in recognition of Bike to Work Week, will be providing a free breakfast provided by Need Crumb and Crust, along with coffee from Limestone, for all cyclists who stop by All Spoked Up on Thursday morning, May 17th, from 7 to 8 a.m. I'm sorry, 7 to 8:30 a.m. Make sure to ride down and join us. As always, we are grateful for our many volunteers, downtown businesses, sponsors, and partners, including the City of Batavia. You really help to make downtown everyone's neighborhood. To find out more about what we do, or if you want to get involved with the community, contact Batavia Main Street at 630-761-3528, or visit our new website at downtownbatavia.com. Any questions?
Thank you. Any questions? Thank you to Main Street for the excellent job you continue to do.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, moving to item number 10, which is ordinance 16-31, an ordinance authorizing execution of a TIF redevelopment agreement with River Street Buildings LLC and relating to building improvements at 27 through 29 North River Street. And this is from a memo by Chris Ashton, and Chris is here.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As the mayor indicated, this is a redevelopment agreement with Bruce Harris, or River Street Buildings LLC. It's essentially to facilitate a comprehensive facelift, really, to the storefront and the east-facing interior space of 27 through 29 North River Street, specifically the storefronts that are Bar Evolution and the Tea Tree, respectively. This project is kind of a two-part redevelopment agreement. It involves $25,000 matching grant. So for $25,000 grant, Mr. Harris will commit $25,000 of private investment, as well as another $58,500 in a low-interest loan, which of course must be paid back by that same private investor. So we're essentially getting about $3 for every $1 of city funds. And the components include the roof replacement, which we saw come down last week. It includes a series of windows, including new bifold windows, as well as doors, knee wall, and that's essentially it. So the purpose of it is to enhance River Street, the facelift and the integration between the street, customers, passers-by, and the customers that are within the two respective buildings. So with that, I would be willing to answer any questions. Mr. Harris, the building owner, and John Hamill, who owns Bar Evolution, are both in the audience tonight if there are any questions of them as well.
Do you have any questions on the improvement?
Your Honor, I'll just make a comment.
Alderman Brown?
Actually, just want to make a comment that I'm happy to see that the property owner and the tenant have taken this course of action on this one. As you know, earlier in the consent agenda, we rescinded the prior grant that he was awarded. But when he started getting into the project, he realized that there was a lot more work that really needed to be done in order to do it right. So that's when he kind of put everything on hold and worked with the architect and his contractors and went back out for rebidding and worked with Chris as far as taking this project to the next level. And that's what they've done, so I certainly encourage it. It's good to see a property owner doing things right and taking on such a project like this.
Very good. Anybody else? I guess Alderman
Yes,
Bonner?
just quickly. As Dave noted, we rescinded the original grant. I voted no on the original grant request or the original package. I'll be voting no again tonight. I think the amount of dollars involved is excessive, and so I just wanted to be on record prior to the vote of stating that I will be voting no and consistent with how I voted last fall.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else? I guess I would just like to jump on what Alderman Brown just said, and I guess I would like to suggest that I really like the message we are sending by doing this. I think there's, some positive synergy swirling around downtown Batavia right now, and things like this that we can do, I think, help us to intensify that swirl and make it a more positive place for prospective businesses to look at. I had the opportunity last week to talk to Mr. Aston about, other things that are happening in downtown Batavia, and he was telling me of several other spots that are currently vacant that we have people kind of kicking the tire and lifting up the carpet and seeing what's going on. So he's optimistic that we're going to get a couple more retailers coming into, maybe a restaurant and a couple other folks coming in here. So I just like the positive synergy that this whole idea sends and approval of this. And certainly with Mr. Harris and Mr. Hamill, we've got people who are proven performers. They have done some very nice things in downtown Batavia, and I would suggest that this will just allow them to continue to prosper in a positive movement forward. So I would encourage our support of this. Anybody else? Not then, I'd call for the roll on ordinance 16-31.
I don't believe we actually have.
I move we.
You haven't made a roll?
I move we approve resolution, I'm sorry, not resolution, ordinance 16-31.
Moved by Alderman Brown, second by Alderman Holman.
Sorry.
Clerk, call the roll.
Brown.
Aye.
Rosado.
Aye.
Atack.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Chanzit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye.
Homan.
Aye.
Mueller. Aye. Boderman.
No.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Ordinance 16-31 is approved, 13 yes, 1 no, none absent, so ordinance is approved. All right, moving to item number 11, which is ordinance 16-27, authorizing execution of an annexation agreement for 2 South 668 Redant Road. Alderman Brown?
Your Honor, I'll ask if Alderman Starr could take these. She presented them at the Cal meeting, so.
Okay.
Ordinance 1627 is an execution of an annexation agreement between TMS Holdings LLC and the City of Batavia for property located at 2 South 668 Redant Road. And we were asked by the owners of this property if they could annex into Batavia after they had sewer failure and were unable to have it repaired. And so they will be annexing into the city. And we are conducting this in the way that we must. We had a public hearing, and now we are presenting the ordinance. And in terms of why this is really a great thing for the city, because it helps to bring in some of those little random pockets that are in unannexed areas, and so this will now be part of Batavia. So I would make a motion that we approve ordinance 16-27, authorizing the execution of an annexation agreement between the City of Batavia and TMS Holdings LLC, 2 South 668 Redant Road.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Brown, Stark, second by Alderman Brown, for the approval of ordinance 16-27 for the annexation of 2 South 668 Redant Road. Any discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Stark.
Aye.
Jansit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye.
Holman.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Boderman.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Rusado.
Aye.
Atack.
Aye.
Ordinance 16-27 is approved, 14 yes, no nos, none absent. Moving then to item number 12, which is ordinance 16-28, annexing and zoning 2 South 668 Redant Road in the city of Batavia, to the city of Batavia. Alderman Brown, or Alderman Stark?
This goes along with ordinance 16-27. This will clean up the zoning for that area too. In the annexation agreement, we also have to make sure that it's zoned correctly. And so I move that we accept ordinance 16-28, annexing and zoning certain property to the city of Batavia, 2 South 668 Redant Road.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Stark, second by Alderman Brown, for the approval of ordinance 16-28, annexing and zoning 2 South 668 Redant Road to the city of Batavia. Clerk call the roll.
Stark.
Aye.
Jansit.
Aye.
I'm sorry.
Aye.
Aye. Wolf.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye.
Holman.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Boderman.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Rusado.
Aye.
Atack.
Aye.
Ordinance 16-28 is approved, 14 yes, no nos, none absent. Moving to item number 13, which is resolution 16-48-R, accepting grant of utility and drainage easements at 2 South 668 Redant Road. Alderman Stark?
Okay, this is the third part of bringing 2 South 668 Redant Road into the city of Batavia. This resolution gives us a grant of easement for utility, as the mayor mentioned, and so I move that we approve resolution 16-48-R, accepting grant of easement at 2 South 668 Redant Road.
Second. Moved by Alderman Stark, second by Alderman McFadden, for the approval of resolution 16-48-R, accepting grant of utility and drainage easements at 2 South 668 Redant Road. Any discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Stark.
Aye.
Jansit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye.
Holman. Mueller.
Aye.
Boderman.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Rusado.
Aye.
Atack.
Aye.
Resolution 16-48-R is approved, 14 yes, no nos, none absent. Okay, moving to item number 14, which is approval of a Class G liquor license for Gammon Coach House for the Blues on Water Street on June 11th, 2016. Who's got this one? Alderman Atack?
Yes. As you said, this is for the Blues on Water Street, which will take place inside Kiss the Sky Record Store, Water Street Studios, and the dock. And the police department did an investigation to see if there was anything that would preclude them from receiving this license, and they found nothing. So they recommend the approval of this license contingent on the receipt of updated Bassett certifications, and the written authorization from Batavia Enterprises. And you still haven't received those things?
The Gammon Coach House will be the one serving the liquor. As you already know, they have a liquor license, so that's why it's a Class G. We got a verbal from Batavia Enterprise. We're just waiting for the letter, the official letter to come in. And Gammon Coach House has Bassett certificates because they, obviously all the sellers have to have that Gammon Coach House. We just don't have them in, but we will make sure they have that before this event. We have that shortly.
Okay. So I move that we approve the Class G liquor license application for Gammon Coach House for Blues on Water Street at Water Street Studios in Kiss the Sky, subject to written authorization and receipt of the certificates.
Second. Moved by Alderman Atack, second by Alderman McFadden, for the approval of the Class G liquor license for Gammon Coach House for Blues on Water Street on June 11th, 2016. Any discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Atack.
Aye.
Stark.
Aye.
Jansit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye.
Homan.
Aye.
Mueller. Boderman.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Rusado.
Aye.
Council has approved the Class G liquor license for Gammon Coach House for the Blues on Water Street on June 11th by a vote of 14 yes, no nos, none absent. Moving to item number 15, which is approval of a Class F liquor license for Main Street for Cocktails in the Park to be held on July 16th, 2016, and that'll be held in the area just to the north of the City Hall here up on the river. Alderman Atek, do you have this one?
Yes. The police investigated Batavia Main Street and found no problems, which would prevent them from receiving a liquor license. And they are also requesting that we have a liquor license fee be waived. Is that something that we're still continuing to do? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I move that we grant the liquor license application for Batavia Main Street for Cocktails in the Park, and that we waive the liquor license fee.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Atek, second by Alderman Mueller for the approval of the Class F liquor license for Main Street for Cocktails in the Park on July 16th. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Atak.
Aye.
Stark.
Aye.
Tanzit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye.
Holman.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Boderman.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Rusado.
Aye.
The Class F liquor license for Main Street for Cocktails in the Park on July 16th has been approved by a vote of 14 yes, no nos, none absent. Okay, moving to item 16, the Administrator's Report. Mr. McGrath.
Thanks, Mayor. I wanted to remind everyone that the Spring River Cleanup in Batavia is this coming Saturday, May 21st. It's sponsored not only by the city, but the Friends of the Fox River, and everybody's going to meet at the Blackguard Skate and Bike Park at 411 South River Street in town at 9 a.m. on Saturday. And there will be some extra bags and gloves for people, but we encourage you to bring your own. And the people who are sponsoring it will also provide snacks and water. You should wear some sturdy shoes and sunscreen. Everybody has to sign a waiver, and people under 18 will require a parental signature. So it's recommended, and please do this. Help be a steward of the Fox River and the surrounding land that flows through our town. The City Council will be meeting with the Park Board in a special meeting on Tuesday, May 31st, to discuss status of their activities regarding the Fox River. We're continuing to work with Craig Foltos on a project for his vacant property on East Wilson Street. We're making some headway with some new configurations, and they're reviewing the financial arrangements at the moment. Chris Haston has negotiated a tentative agreement with some people for the Tomley building. It'll be coming to Cow hopefully on the 24th to give you all the details about that. And hopefully it's another business that our incubator space is successful with. I wanted to bring everybody's attention to the Anderson Brothers building, which is on the northeast corner of Batavia Avenue on Wilson Street. It's owned by the Marconi family. They just had the exterior trim painted, and especially up at the top, and it's just a beautiful job that was done. It really enhances that intersection. The staff will have the new bodywork establishment ordinance before you on the 24th. We are meeting with one of the building owners of one of the businesses that has been under discussion tomorrow. And the city attorneys have been advising us about any further options we have under state statute. The Siemens property, I know everybody's interested in that, but the company has actually obtained their approval from the IEPA and the US EPA to begin the last remediation work on the site. They will be putting out an RFP for contractors by the end of this week. They expect work to begin at the end of May or early June. They will be excavating a contaminated fill, hauling it off site, and replace it with clean sand or gravel. The site will then be finished with topsoil and seeded and ready for sale and redevelopment. If everything works out as planned, they believe they would be able to finish the work this fall to catch the fall seeding season. Of course, some years ago, the council had already talked about the possible creation of a TIF district, including the Siemens property, and so the staff will be getting that documentation out, re-looking at it, and re-familiarizing the city council with that over the next several months, so you can be ready by the time that property goes on the market. And lastly, we're asking Chris Asen, our economic development consultant, is going to be working with and consulting with Main Street, and through Main Street talking with some of the downtown business owners in the River Street area to talk about some regular closure of River Street. Since we put so much money in there, took out curbs just to make sure it was friendly for people to be on it. We want to have the discussion about making sure that we do close it regularly to allow people to use it beyond just the farmer's market. So I think we'll be working with Main Street on that conversation, see how the neighborhood, what the neighborhood thinks, and then come to you so you can have that same conversation with some specific recommendations. And that's all other than that, excuse me, the next brush pickup for the east side of Batavia is the week of June 13th, and the next pickup for the west side is June 20th. The west side is being picked up this week, so it's too late to put brush out. So June 13th for the east and June 20th for the west. That's all I have, Mayor.
Any questions of the city administrator?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, committee reports. Alderman Brown?
Just a few meetings to announce, Your Honor. You'll probably talk a little bit about tomorrow evenings and Thursday's meeting, but we will be having a special cow meeting both evenings starting at 7 o'clock, correct?
Well, you can come a little bit earlier if you want. We're going to have some refreshments here in
No, actually, we're starting at 6.
6.
Starting at 6 o'clock both those evenings, and we're going to have some sandwiches ahead of time.
Right, little refreshments before if
Right.
you want to come.
So Tuesday and Thursday with those meetings will start at 6 o'clock.
Right.
And they are a closed session, and they're for the purpose of interviewing potential city administrator replacement. And then Plan Commission is meeting Wednesday at 7:30, a couple items on their agenda. First one is the 514 Main Street variance for the side yard, and then the rezoning for the property at the northeast corner of First and Mallory. Historic Preservation is scheduled to meet Monday, May 23rd at 5:30, and then Committee of the Whole is again scheduled to meet on May 24th at 7:30, and a couple items on the community development agenda, and that is the conversation about branding and wayfinding signage for the perimeters of our city, and then the peddlers ordinance that we've been having some discussion about. And that's all I have.
Okay, any questions on community development? Governmental services, Alderman Atek?
Yes, the only things on the upcoming meetings for government services are the Tomley lease, which is tentative on May 24th, Committee of the Whole meeting, and body work, which is a new definition for me of massage establishments, as I understand it. And we'll be discussing both those things that night. That's it.
Okay. City services, Alderman Wolf?
Your Honor, we don't have anything on cow meetings for the rest of the month.
Okay. Public utilities, Alderman O'Brien?
Your Honor, we have on May 24th an Illinois Environmental Protection Agency wastewater loan to discuss.
Okay. Moving to 18, other business. Do we have any other business to discuss? Alderman Callahan?
Just a public thank you to our local state reps. Last week, AGS fourth graders went down on their annual trip to Springfield, and all three of our representatives, Mike Fortner, Steve Anderson, and Keith Wheeler, met with both of the groups, and for the first time ever got to get an AGS class down on the House floor as soon as they had finished. So I wanted to publicly thank them for doing that. And also to the Batavia Covenant Church, last week they had a seminar on human trafficking, and it was very informative and very timely.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, going to the mayor's report. First of all, as Alderman Brown already has reported, I certainly want to encourage each and every one of you to come tomorrow night and Thursday night to meet the 6 prospective candidates for city administrator. We're going to interview 3 each night, and I think you'll be very impressed by the quality of the candidate, and hopefully we're going to have a hard decision to make to fill the big shoes of Mr. McGrath, because we do have some pretty qualified people, I'm feeling. So I would like to have all of you here so you can see it and hear it, and you can all help, obviously, are going to be part of the decision-making when that's done. So it's probably one of the most important meetings I guess I'd ask you to attend this year, is these 2 coming tomorrow and Thursday. That being said, also on the, I believe it's going to be on May 31st, is going to be our joint meeting with the Batavia Park Board. And that's another interesting meeting I'd certainly like to have your full attendance at. And before you have the attendance, if any of you are going to be able to help on the Fox River cleanup on the 21st, I would encourage you to, if you can't do that, come down at some point in time and take a little walk along, stroll along the river walk and look at the Fox River as it's currently situated. I think there is some maintenance issues that the city and the Park District probably jointly need to address in some instances, some totally by them, maybe some by us, but there are a number of issues, and certainly, you know, I guess I'm strongly convinced that the Fox River remains kind of the crown jewel of Batavia, and we haven't always done the very best we could to maintain that, and we really need to put a smiling, clean face on it and make it a very welcoming atmosphere for visitors to have, and to have the banks infested with poison ivy and scattered with litter and whatever have you. That's not the image that I think I would like to see us project in Batavia. So hopefully when we meet with the Park Board on the 31st, we can come up with some solid programs and ideas as to how we're going to proceed along and maintaining and retaining and enhancing the Fox Rivers through downtown Batavia in the near and far term. Also, I wanted to share with you an experience I had this past week on Friday. I was asked to come to Batavia High School and participate in the groundbreaking for the new turf football field by the school administration. And I certainly went, and I was asked to speak, and I did. And in that speech, I specifically paid tribute to the Batavia Bulldog Boosters, who have made the commitment to commit $500,000 to building the turf field at Batavia High School, and that's going to pay for, so I'm told, most of the grass out there, or if you call it grass, but the turf that's going to be there. But because they were coming, or they were doing this, and they were going to have this groundbreaking, one of the people who needed to be invited was the mayor of Rosemont, Illinois, by the name of Brad Stevens. And Mr. Stevens, as the mayor of Rosemont, has been very generous and supportive of the Batavia High School Bulldog Boosters over the last year or so in donating tickets to the All-State Arena and to the Rosemont Theater for a variety of opportunities that they've had to auction off and raise money. And Mayor Stevens, he and I sit together on the Suburban Bus Board, and we sit alphabetically, so we sit next to each other at the bus board, so I've got to know him fairly well. And he's a good friend of Ramblin' Ray Stevens of FM 99 in the morning, the country and western disc jockey. And Ramblin' Ray's son is a Batavia High School football player, so this is how this all comes together. Anyway, Ramblin' Ray has been able to parlay through his radio voice and whatever some pretty healthy financial fundraising on behalf of the Batavia Bulldog Boosters using the auspices and the generosity of Mayor Stevens. So the Bulldog Boosters, I think, wanted to certainly pay tribute to Mayor Stevens, and because he was my friend, and I got to introduce him at the groundbreaking, and it was a very nice affair. I was pleased to go. But I just wanted to illustrate the fact that I think, in this rather rough time financially, when all governments are being parlayed and stressed and challenged on spending tax dollars, it certainly is a nice thing in this town to have I'll describe it as a quasi-private organization step forward and offer up that they will commit to donate $500,000 to put turf grass on Batavia High School's football field. And there's not a lot of other places that I don't think that has occurred, and I think that says something very strongly and favorably about the Batavia High School Sports Boosters and their commitment to the program in the town. And so, when good things happen in town, I guess I like to talk about them. I know that's not necessarily a view that's shared by everybody out there, but I don't think anybody can deny the goodness of the generosity and the hard work that's being displayed by the Bulldog Boosters as they put that program together out there. So I just wanted to pay a moment and explain to you, if you saw on the computer me standing there with a hard hat on, that's how it all came to be. But that's what was happening there on that one. But hopefully it's just another improvement in our community that sends a very positive message. So I guess that's all I wanted to talk about tonight. Bill, are we still planning a closed session for? Yes. Okay, so I do need a motion then for a closed session for the purposes of discussion of purchase and sale of electrical power, purchase of real property, and personnel. Somebody care to make that move? Moved by Alderman O'Brien, second by Alderman Brown. Clerk, call the roll.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye.
Coleman.
Aye.
Mueller. Boderman.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
McFadden.
Aye.
Brown.
Aye.
Rusado.
Aye.
Atack.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Transit.
Aye.
Wolf.
No.
Fisher.
Aye.
Motion is approved, 13 yes, 1 no, none absent. We'll take a minute till we switch the tapes and